Guys, this is what I decided to go with. This is a 3-gallon seamless tank. You can see here. And this is kind of like a little mock-up of wood we're using just to kind of get an idea of what's going to go in the trunk. I went with this one because the 4-gallon pancake has the hole fittings are on the top of the tank. So if you try to go up and over with the stainless steel compressor lines, and if you add the actual check valves, it's going to be about that long above. So the carpet piece that goes on top in the trunk will hit the lines instead of actually laying flat. So with this setup, compressors will go here, stainless steel lines will go to the sides, and then the other ones will go to the top, and we have the one on the bottom. Also, for being that it's a little bit of a smaller tank, the seamless tanks can still hold 200 psi of pressure, just like the 4 gallons. Some of the other ones only do 150. So with it being able to hold up to 200 psi as well, you can just increase the psi in the system to like 165 or 170, so that when you start when you air up the car, when this depletes down, it'll be about the same as a 4 gallon. So it ended up being like a better value to go with this one instead. Alright guys, so got the tank together. Basically I had to go to Home Depot and get these 90-degree elbows that were 3/8 because this tank has all 3/8 fittings instead of like the old tank had a lot more 1/4 inch. So the plug was reused from the other one, and the straights, because basically it's an elbow into a straight through that goes down to 1/4 inch right there, so it can made up to the airline right here from the compressors. And I had to buy an extra straight as well because they didn't. I only had 2 originally. Then everything else is pretty much reused. Right here it's the same. It's a straight into a 90-degree for the air fitting, and on the bottom is the other air fitting for the dump, which right now it's a little too high. If you see, it's actually like resting on it. So we're gonna cut a groove out so that it can sit a little lower. But yep, got that part done. Getting ready to go back into the car now. Say hi, Chloe. Say hi, Chloe. Hi. This is Chloe, my new blue fawn pit bull puppy. She's pretty awesome. Maddie's inside. She doesn't do too well outside. Anyway, here we go, guys. So what we have here, this is the setup. And it's still not 100% done, but it's a lot better than where it was. So we'll go over it again real quick. What we have here is the 2 compressors. We bolted them down, drill some holes in the hardware. We put the brain right in the middle, and then I just have all the air lines able to come in. And then there goes a little 3-gallon skinny in the back, so you can see those elbows, what they did to be able to just do a slight curve and go in. And then hits the supply line with the water trap right here. It kind of ended up perfect because the water trap kind of balances there perfectly with this bent to the side. So. And then the wiring, I just laid it on this side for now. I'm going to figure out something with that. I don't want to cut it too short because then if I need it later. But for now, it's actually laying in there kind of perfect, so it doesn't have to be like super pretty. And then I redid the battery wiring. So what I did was I came from behind right here. You can see these are the wiring. Came from behind, came around, and then plugged in the hot. And then came all the way down and plugged in the ground right here. So I'm about to tighten all that up. Then this is gonna tuck in underneath this panel right there like that. So yeah, like that. So yep, got that tucked in. Then I'll get all this stuff tightened down. Then we'll put the carpet back in on this side, and I'll show you guys the finished product of how it's all set up. Like I said, once again, this is a 3-gallon seamless tank off of Bag Rider's website. So I'll try to put a link in there so you guys can check that out. And it ended up being perfect, as you guys can see. So what I was referring to is if you see this little lip right here, right there, if I had a 4-gallon, the 4-gallon was going to sit about this height roughly, maybe a tiny bit taller, but the connections for the actual compressors and everything are on top. So if you can imagine these stainless steel lines coming up and over, it was going to be over this hump. Now this hump is where the carpet lays, so I didn't want that. So with this, I'll be able to put my carpet piece down and it'll be nice and flat. So the wood, I forgot to buy carpet, so I couldn't wrap that the way I wanted to. But we cut it to basically it's like wedged in there, so it's not going to move left or right or front and back or anything. And last thing was, if you look underneath the tank, you see that little cutout right there. That's the actual dump valve that I routed around, and it's right here for the purge. And yeah, I had to cut out a little notch out of the piece of wood, but it's real straightforward, real basic, and we just have everything bolted down, and it came out pretty nice. This is what I was wanting to do, so I can put everything back together. So like I said, I'll go ahead and finish everything, and I'll show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so the system is complete. So here it is right here, the finished product, or almost finished. I have to clean it up, like vacuum and stuff, but anyway, so the piece is on like I wanted. You know, has all the storage space still there from the trunk. The other reason I wanted to put it underneath is because if you have to put the back seats down, like you can see one of them's down, some people put the tank back there, but then that limits you from putting anything too long. So you know, you never know when you might, you know, need the extra space when you buy something. So then you lift this up and bam, there it is, the whole system. So there goes the brain module, and then you can see all the lines go in. You see how we rounded the compressors went in. There goes the supply line to the compressor with the water trap is right there. And I just set all the wiring over there in the corner, just balled up and zip tied. Came out really good. This is exactly what I wanted. You can tell right here that the wiring is pretty much tucked underneath that little lip right there, and I can still keep the battery, makes it look pretty much OEM and everything, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. The wood, I didn't have carpet. I forgot to buy carpet, so I can't wrap it, but maybe I'll do something with it later. Maybe I'll change it up later, but I just wanted to get it all done, because you know it's my daily and everything. Didn't want to get it all messed up or whatever. So but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and I was really happy about that, how that turned out. So really stoked. Yeah, so now I can put the thing back down, still put groceries on here, still put whatever in my trunk, and go about my day. So that's the last part of this series, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like always, you know, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Hold on to me.